Hey folks, today we're playing Space Station builder Meeple Station, and this is the alpha version, which is coming out on Steam on the 17th of January. It's been around for a while, this, available on itch.io, and we played it a few months ago when the Kickstarter was around, and that was in pre-alpha form. And the game's a bit like a RimWorld crossed with Stationeers and games like that, really. So let's get going with this, a bit of a single-player new game. Classic. Let's stick to mild, so we're not getting bombarded with random events all the time. We're not at home to Mr. Randy Random here. Anyway, when you first play it, you get confronted with this screen, which is where you build a space station from scratch, and following that guide up there. But let's not worry about that for our first go through this. Let's get a random example on the go, which does cost you money, by the way, because you do start with a pot of money, and that has just reduced it by about half. Is this a good one? Doesn't really leave much room for expansion, so let's choose another random example. That one's got all the airlocks on the bottom. Not so keen on that. This seems relatively straightforward. This is going to leave us with 3,715 quid, so let's launch that, and choose a sector in space where we want to actually set up. So we want plenty of ores, and possibly as little pirate trouble as possible. Look at that. We've got plentiful, we've got 3 different ores out of the 4 in the game. 4 of the basic ores, anyway. Hang on. Just slightly next to that, we have a place that's plentiful richness, 3 of the ores, and no hazards or pirates. And trade is, well, a bit average. Let's go there for our first game. We don't want to be bombarded with pricks when we don't know what the hell is going on and all that. So we've got 4 meeples running around the place at the moment, but they've got no jobs, which is not very good. So they won't do anything even if we tell them to. This is very RimWorld. You just assign jobs and the meeples will do it automatically. We are surrounded by absolutely bugger loads of minerals and stuff. We've got brothium, which is the yellow one, and we've got beryllium, which is the blue, and we've also got where is it? There. Where's the red stuff? There. Stellium. This is important for building a space station, so let's click on that, which will auto-assign some mining. Later on we can do other stuff as well. I think stellium followed by brothium is the most important thing to do to start with, so whatever. So we've assigned that for mining. When we've actually assigned someone to be a miner, they'll go and do that. But the very first thing we need to do is actually choose a captain out of the lads that we've been randomly assigned. So let's go to hierarchy, the vacant captain slot, and then choose which of our lads we want to actually boss everyone around. Everyone's got randomly assigned traits, very RimWorld-style-y. So it's a good idea to have a look through all the different things until we find someone who would make a good captain. Dominant and powerful, but antisocial. You'll do, basically. Now we've assigned a captain, now we're allowed to assign roles. Biok, what would you make a good... Technically you'd make a good janitor, but since there's only 4 of us, I don't want to choose a janitor just yet. Let's make you the engineer. So who else do we need to assign? Miviak. You'd make a good miner because you're not very social, so let's do that. And Diaplo. Well, I really need a refiner, but low confidence. A bit clumsy and all. Oh well, not worried too much about that. So everyone's got their jobs now, so sooner or later we'll see one of the lads pick up a suit and bugger off into space. Maybe I've already done that. Maybe I'm... Oh, there we go. I've missed it. It's okay, he's putting a suit from the suit rack and is now charging off over to do some mining over here. Which is somewhere. There it is. I have to go up. So to navigate this, I mean WASD and D and everything, but then you need to make sure that you've got very easy, accessible keys to go up and down the various levels, because you can only work on one level at once. In fact, I'm going to turn off the grid, because I always find that distracting. So that's... I'm going to zoom out a bit. That's the bottom floor of our space station, which does have bedroom, dining room, and also 1 airlock. Going up to the next level, there's only 2 levels, we have all the kind of the power and the oxygen, the refining station, and also some power generators, some solar panels. We've got circuits coming in from that, or wires, to make sure that everything's connected up. This is the stuff that you have to build manually if you really want, but we don't. So what we want to do now is make sure that we've got a steady stream of stuff, like raw ores coming in. We're mining red ore, stellium, which is good, but we also need to buy stuff, so I'm going to hover over one of the airlocks, press T, and we'll get trade ships coming in there as things go on. Things are flashing at the top right. This is sort of like tutorial event type things. Clean meeple create a lot of mess, but they also get more irritated by it. So one of the lads is basically telling us one of the people that we've got is actually a clean person, but won't worry about that just yet. Social conflict, we'll see that a lot because we'll rub each other up the wrong way. So next thing we need to do, assign some bills. We're getting in lots of this steelite. So I'm going to add a bill here, which just... Hang on. Let's actually make it as much as we can. We've got 66. And I'm going to do all of it. Ideally, I want the infinite thing. Oh, yeah, that's it. So but they'll keep on doing that forever until we tell them not to, which is good because we haven't got any other ores at the moment. So let's not worry about stuff. So the refiner here, Diaplo, the refiner, is now turning steelium into steelite, which means we will be able to expand the ship. A ship has turned up for some trade. So what we'll do is, well, steelium's coming in, so that's fine. I'll buy some steelite, which is more costly than getting, buying raw ore. It costs £2 to get raw ore, and then £5 to get what it turns into. So I think I can justify buying some steelite to start with, just a little bit, and maybe some brothite as well, which is the refined version. Now, this is just to get us going. We've got plenty of cash, so that's not a real worry. So that's all the trade now. If we want to get more people, more officers, more meeple, or whatever, we do need more beds. And for more beds, we'll probably really need to expand the station. Also, the station needs to have some prestige. We haven't got very much of that at the moment. We've got 1. So, our main task, now we've actually got things up and running, is really to get some more bedrooms. Food will take care of itself because we've got a fish tank full of breeding fish. And we've got some tables and dining rooms and stuff like that, so that'll sort itself out. Not cause too much of trouble until we've got more people. So what I want to do, now we've got 40 steeliums, is start building more tiles of space station. Each of these costs 5 steelite each, which is very expensive. Certainly feels like that to start with. We'll get through this very quickly. What I want to do is make it so we've got a corridor and bedrooms coming off it. So let's start by expanding the corridor here. And what we'll do, make sure this is on the right level, yes it is we'll kind of like make a little room here. We've already burnt through most of our steelite, but whoever's been assigned the engineer will go outside the ship in their spacesuit and we'll actually start constructing those sections of space station. What you can do is just, if you really want to see what the space station looks like from the outside, is toggle that button, top right with the purple buttons there, and we can see what it looks like. It's completely useless, this view, otherwise. Although I think if you're maybe getting attacked from the outside, that might be helpful. For the most part, you won't want that on. I like to turn off the grid because it's ugly, frankly. So he's going to very slowly build that. So we're going to speed the game up. Get that onto... Oh, hello! We've got some visiting lads. These I don't think have any harmful effects. It's just nice to have some visitors, really, out here in the depths of space. Some nice green face-hugger lads. They'll just wander around, not really do much. Maybe share a cup of ale with us. Some Romulan ale or something. I don't know. Who knows? They're good lads. The heart's in the right place. For some reason, that's the tentacle. There. New ship. Do we need to buy anything? No. Oh, hello. This has already been built. So let's turn this into a bedroom of its own. I usually use hotkey for this. B for build. Furniture. We are on the right level, aren't we? Oh, no, we're not. We weren't on the right level. So this costs 5 steelite and 10 brothite. So it's a good job we bought some of that. We also need a door, otherwise this doesn't count as its own room. This is a bulkhead door. Already the constructor is doing his business. And this is now its own room, so whoever's in the biggest mard at the moment, we'll give them the room. It looks like Moepliak the officer is having a bit of a pissy, so he can have this room. There we go, occupied by him. And this is all like the shared barracks at the moment, so anyone can sleep in any bed. But now, yes, we have ourselves a 5th bed, which means we may actually end up getting a new meeple turning up soon, and we can make them into a janitor, so the place isn't full of brown shit all over the place, quite frankly. And now this isn't a very big room, so because this is the captain's quarters, we'll probably want to expand this a bit. But it's not a huge problem. At first, they don't really care if they only have small rooms. I mean, I don't know how small they can really be and still keep them happy. But 2x2 to start with seems to be reasonable for our lads. So this is going to be... I'm going to slowly but surely get rid of all these beds and put them in their own separate rooms. And this will become a storeroom or something like that later on. But we do have ourselves a new person. You do need a new role immediately. So you can be the janitor because that's actually green, good work ethic and good social. Yep, fine. We have ourselves a janitor. So you'll start janiting. You'll start cleaning up that poo, hopefully. Yes, there you go. Cleaning up the poo. So actually, because this is a janitor, let's give him a name. Just to pluck any old name out of the air, let's call him Kyle. Sadly, there are no bogs to clean, but I think cleaning poo from the ground is probably bad enough. Oh God, look, there's poo on the ground of the captain. I'm going to call the captain something as well. Captain. It's useful to give them names. Like Captain Banana. So he's basically Banana Captain. You have to click that second time to actually confirm the name, by the way. So there isn't actually a tutorial in the game at the moment, as far as I know. I mean, there used to be, because we played this a few months ago, and there was, I think. But at the moment, there isn't. So maybe they'll put one in time for launch on Steam. This is the version that came out slightly before the Steam version, or the public Steam version, anyway. Anyway, whatever. So everything seems to be happening. The captain prefers his own dining room, apparently. He doesn't like public dining. I haven't quite worked out what that really should involve. What I might do, I'm going to experiment this, because I never normally bother doing this. Expand his room, and then put his own table and chair in there, and see if he actually likes that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Right, someone's having severe misery time. It is actually the captain. Discontent with work, dispute. Oh God, he's just having a bit of a pissy at the moment. I think he's just a bad lad all round, really. He's depressive and clean. The fact there's some poo in his room is a problem. Thankfully, Kyle is coming to do some cleaning, which should help us out. Nice big room. That should hopefully cheer you up. Yeah, he's complaining about the poo, but thankfully that's now cleaned up. So let's try and put in a little table and chair. What do we need for this? We need 10 moralites, which we don't have. And we can start mining that. Somewhere over there. So just click on it once to auto-assign it. You can choose things individually to mine out, but we don't really need to do that. So we are mining all this out at the moment, but this is some stellium. We're not doing it very fast. We're not really getting much in. I think it's because we are busy refining it as we do it. But it is very easy to get to end up with a bit of an overstock, in which case you will need to build more storage units. But we're okay for the moment because it's not happening very fast. In fact, I'm going to speed it up. This game does need to be sped up, I think. I want you to know vaguely what you're doing. Now, there is a new ship coming in. What I might do is turbocharge our early game a little bit. Let's get us some expensive raw units. That'll do for now. So, you really should refine this yourself, but in the interest of actually getting going, I'm buying it. And it's not that expensive, the early stuff. Someone's really having a severe miss. Bloody captain. So now we should be able to build a table and chair. Try that again. Rotate. Rock enthusiast. I think over the course of the games I've been playing, that's actually I must have mined a certain amount of rocks. Like Captain Arna gave an order. This is red because I think because he's in a mood, he's giving bad orders, and people are probably getting pissy with him or something. But not worry about that too much. What's that? There's literally just a bit of wire in there. I'm not worried about that. Whatever it is, it can stay. Let's have a look at our meeple again. You're really at the bottom of it. Oh look, there you go. You're doing some solo dining. I think that's good. Oh, your cat. Hang on, let's get back to you. It's can be a bit fiddly sometimes. This. Enjoyed a meal. So it's no longer giving the red thing public dining, so that's okay. But it's still having a bit of a pissy with everyone. He started a conversation with Kyle, and that's a bad thing, apparently. Talking to Kyle is apparently bad. That's rather worrying. So a lot of this game is keeping tabs on people's social needs and stuff like that, because people do like to get into fights. At the moment, I think people are getting a bit miserable because, or they will be, because they're sharing a barracks, and that does seem to be important to them to have their own privacy. So now we've actually got plenty of steelite. Let's give as many people bedrooms as we can. To make sure that we're on the right level. So that's going to be a bedroom. Expand this. We've got 64 steelites left. This is going to be its own bedroom, just a 2x2, rather than the 2x3 he's got. And another one here. And that's pretty much all we can do with the steelite that we've got. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. Hopefully the Captain Arna won't go too mad and jump out of an airlock. If people do get too miserable, they will jump out of airlocks, which is rather terrifying. But look, he just give a smiley face. That's a good sign. Not that good sign. He's actually going up now, but he's no longer at complete misery level, but whatever. He just doesn't like conversing with people, does he? Because he's antisocial. Maybe he should just stay in his bloody room then. Although Kyle's now in there. Yeah, I think he enjoys having his own room. And maybe I should put an aquarium in here. Or maybe I should just put a door from here to here. We'll need another segment. But I don't really want this to be used as a thoroughfare. All these green lads are still hanging out. I like these lads. They're just the visity ghost lads. I haven't noticed them do any harm, so they can stay. Let's see. Right. So, now we need to build more furniture. We still have the brothelite. I keep wanting to call it brothelite, but it's not that. Right, so that's the right level. No, that's the right level. Right, bed. Bed. And bed. And we do need the doors, so 5 steelite for this. Might take a bit of time for us to actually get this. We need 1 more. We need 3 more steelites to be refined. Oh, stop it with your misery. I think that's okay. Yeah, there we go. So now we have 4 rooms out of the 5 that we need. Now I do need to deconstruct some of these beds. 1, 2, 3. Right, so get rid of that one and all. Get rid of all these error messages. Oh, a new meeple! Oh, bloody hell, not now! I'm going to quarters. We've got 6 beds for 6 meeples? That is technically okay, so this guy can replicate what we've already got. We probably need another miner. Because they're like low social or whatever. What I do get confused by sometimes is that I keep thinking that these informations here are the people that we're trying to assign, but they're just there, whatever. So I think you have to match left and right. It's good stature and low social. They are awkward with others. That's fine. That'll do. So both of our miners are awkward with others, so that makes sense, I think. Right, okay, fine, whatever. Don't think I'm explaining the game very well at times, but hey-ho! Anyway, we're getting rid of these beds. We don't need them. And we also, if we get rid of that bed, we'll stop any new meeple coming, which is kind of like what we want at the moment, because otherwise they'll just use up all our resources. So we're going to have double mining now, which is nice. That's almost done, actually. We've got all the steelite from there. Well, that's already been set out as another mining thing. Nobody's gone to mine this yet, but they will in time. I kind of want to mine some brothium as well. Do we actually have any brothium? We might actually buy dilithium. Oh no, that's it. Right. So we've got all 3 things being mined now. And we're not mining very quickly, though. I don't think our first miner was very quick. The slowpoke. Right, so our captain is busy marching around, being antisocial with everyone. What a prick. And we actually have some more steelite now, so we can probably finish off... Oh god, hang on, there we go. Probably finish off with a couple more bedrooms. We're going to run out of steelite very soon. Just need a few more. I mean, I could make another... If I wanted to get things done quicker, I mean, I could get another refiner. But we need another refinery station then as well. Captain Arna's still having a pissy. God damn it, I'm not sure what I can do with him. Maybe we'll have to pick a different captain. Maybe we'll have to just, like, fire him. Possibly out of an airlock. What are you doing? Oh! Ah, so that's what has happened. You know what? This is what caused me to actually abandon an earlier playthrough. Because at some point, I think the power station got dismantled. And I wasn't quite sure why. And it turns out it's because someone was in a MARD and must have done it without my knowledge. I've only just realised, yes, it's the captain giving orders that actually does this deconstruction type stuff. Right, okay. So let's negate that order before anything happens. So that is actually a useful thing. Okay. Can't believe I didn't realise that before. That could have caused chaos. Right. Fine. Fine. Good. He must have actually been the one who... Because I thought I'd accidentally selected a bed to dismantle at first, but it must have been the captain who did that. What a twat. Frankly. Right, so we've got plenty of... Normally by this stage I'll be overflowing with ores and stuff, and I need to build more storage. But we seem to be okay with this time, because we're not getting an abundance of raw materials in this case. But now we've got 2 miners. I do think we should probably be thinking about doing that. I'm going to make this room into a... Instead of a bedroom, it's going to be like more storage oriented, I think. Well, I've got food shortage. I don't think we have. Seems we've got plenty of food. Yeah, sometimes it happens, but then it solves itself. I could build a second fish tank, but there's no real need. What I might do, actually, is expand the dining room a little bit. Like that. Because then we can maybe, in the future, put a new fish tank there. And it'll all be good. So the captain's still really... Oh, you're discontent with work. I don't think this is a very good captain. Maybe just dismiss him. And try and get just a better captain. Let's have a look at that new lad. Who's one of the miners. And see if either of these will be useful. You're apparently a genius, Miviak. So you'll make a good scientist in future. Strong stature. Ah, here we go. He would make a good captain. Right. Captain Arna. Let's do this from this menu. Right click. Captain vacant. And you can be that one. So you're no longer a miner. So that Misery Guts, where are you? Captain Arna, who's no longer the captain. I'm going to send you out mining instead. Low social. This is good. Although that actually the miner is a good stature thing, isn't it? Maybe I should have... Ooh, actually, I think I might have chosen that wrongly. Oh well. The Captain Arna, I don't really want him giving bad orders all over the place, so I think it's probably a good thing that we did reassign him. Well, the captain... The minor captain still had his captain's hat on. What are you thinking of? You're thinking of all sorts of weird stuff. That's a bit scary. Anyway, whatever. So hopefully we won't get any weirdness going on now, and we've got a better new captain, and everything should be hopefully quite groovy. We're getting more Steelium in, so let's finish off this. We need a door, and we'll need a bed as well. Yes, we got all that. And we also... Oh, God, we need it there as well. There's a dresser here. I wonder if that's like... improves people's rooms or whatever. And bedrooms. I'll have to experiment with that. One final door. Here, and I think that's it. That will be the complete bedrooms for everyone. We can finally move these out. It's taken a bit of a time to actually do the building, though. Yeah, these aren't built yet. These beds aren't built. They're still greyed out. So he will actually have to come inside, put his uniform back on, and then... Oxygen loss? Really? I think that's just because we're building new areas and it's just taking a while to actually restock it with oxygen. If you look around here, everything's fine, so everything's to the good. Every time you open an airlock, apparently, you do lose a little bit of oxygen, but it's not too bad. Unfortunately, now we've actually got a new person, and I don't really want a new person. I'll put you in a holding pattern. I'll give you a job. That isn't that important. Antisocial. Oh, you're a loud snorer as well. We really don't want this guy. What a prick. We don't want him to be a janitor because they require good social. Right. Okay. So you can be another miner. Who's the other miner? The other miner. Deech. You've got strong stature. You'd actually make quite a good captain, I think. Or was it mining? No, whatever. Let's see. These are all locked at the moment. You need a genius. We actually have got one genius. Who's the genius? Oh, it's Miviak. Oh, I made you captain, haven't I? Maybe I should make Deech the captain. And then Miviak can be the later scientist, but... whatever. For now... We've got 3 miners, that's ridiculous. Oh, sorry, the Captain Arna can now be another janitor. I'm moving people around like Billio now. Right, so you need some to be assigned. The captain gets that room. Was it that room? Hang on. I think I've just accidentally swapped between them, haven't I? Who hasn't got one then? Who's the actual captain? Because I just realised Miviak needs this room instead. I've confused myself with the naming thing. So hang on, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 people. Oh, we haven't got 7. Oh, bollocks, it's that new person, isn't it? Oh, damn it. Can't keep up with this. I haven't got any bloody steelite either now. How come we've got no steelite? We haven't got any... We need to mine out more steelium. Was not expecting that. Have we got no more steelium to mine out? Oh shit. Oh no, that's steelium. It's fine. Right, I'm going to stop the mining so much of this out, which means I have to manually... Was it cancel? I can't remember. Cancel, yep. You have to do it manually. God, they're really getting through this, aren't they? And you and all. Right, that's fine. Now they won't do any more of that mining. We've got plenty of this beryllium, so let's get them back doing this steelium. Right, so what have we got down here? We can dismantle one of these beds. Let's do that. But we do need to keep one of those beds because we've got an overflow of people. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Still Captain Arno. I really want to get rid of this guy. It feels unnecessary. I'm going to get rid of him. He's just miserable all the time. Just piss off, frankly. I dismiss thee! Onto the ship you go, never to be seen again. Sorry, Captain Arna, but you were crap. And you can piss off. I feel bad now. That didn't last long. Hooray! Anyway, let's call you the Captain Nunu. Captain Nunu. Oh, did I just give the... Was that the right person? Yes, it was. The officer. Right, good. So Rio Vibe is having a bit of a pissy, but it's not too bad. I think that's because you're quite new and you haven't really... Oh, you're the loud snorer. Right, so who hasn't actually got quarters then? Can't quite tell. I think it's when it's greyed out, but... They're all available. Have I been buggering this up? Oh, it's the other way round. I haven't really been assigning these properly yet. It's the ones that aren't greyed out. Okay. Right. Assign. I thought I'd done all this. I've been playing this a lot today. I'm getting some of the playthroughs mixed up. Oh, I've just buggered that up. Hang on. Kyle and... Well, you're already occupied. Deech, the... Oh, that should be Captain. That should be the Captain. Captain Nunu. Oh, no, don't do that. You're occupied. Right, yo. And is any of the others? Yes, you. Finally, there we go. Now we have everything sorted. Everyone's got their own room, and everyone should be a lot happier now. In fact, everyone's fairly happy already. We are doing quite well. It was only that Captain Arna, who's now gone, who was bringing the side down. I think sometimes you just have to let people go. Yeah, everyone seems to be quite happy. Although Deech got woken up, possibly because you were sleeping on this bed, which is not ideal. Social conflict, whatever. Right, I think we've finally got things settled down now, which is nice. So what next in the game? Well, we actually need to make more steelite. That process, in this particular playthrough, that process of making stuff has been incredibly slow. Oh no, not another lad. But that's actually quite useful, because I think the next thing we need to do is go to the hierarchy, and now we've actually got enough rank, or prestige, we have actually unlocked some of these new roles here. So we need to assign someone to be a new officer, a head of management, for instance, which would unlock scientists. So if we do that, the new guy, probably, I'm not quite sure if this is actually a good thing to do, but the new guy can be the officer already. He's only just arrived and he's already a bloody officer. He's got a nice red uniform. He's going to be sleeping in the right pisshole though, which is a shame. I'd have to build another bedroom, which I'll do at some point. Which means now we can also unlock the science role. Now, who's the genius? It was Deech, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. It was... Which one was it? Who was the genius? Captain Unu's the genius? Oh, bloody hell. That's not what I wanted. I really want to make him the scientist, but I'd have to find a new captain first. God damn it. Well, so I can assign... At some point I'll assign... I might as well just do it now, hang on. Let's make... We've got 2 miners. So, let's see, who's... Let's make you the scientist. Ideally we need regular, social and genius. Whatever. So we've got a new scientist. I think they need a lab to be built. What's this? It's actually telling me to do stuff now. I think now we've got a scientist, we just need to make sure that we've got some research on the go. Choose advanced circuitry. This isn't really very advanced since last time I played it. It's still a very small tree to unlock. I think you may need a laboratory or maybe like an office desk or something for that to actually go through. At the moment I think you're just going to run around doing nothing. But whatever. But I think we'll stop here. This is like a nice look at the early game, and there's plenty to be done. I don't really want to get into the whole sort of wiring stuff like that, because you can start a station without having to worry about that. It's only when you get later on where you need to start expanding this. And it can get quite fiddly, because there are like advanced circuitries that you have to make. Like you need transformers that turn things into advanced power, and it starts to get complicated. And there are a lot of different ores you can process and stuff like that, so you'd probably need like a dedicated refining room and all that sort of stuff. But now we've got ourselves a nice little accommodation, what do you call it, not a sex deck, a personnel wing or something. Whatever. We've got all these people all with their own rooms, which is all very nice, and everything is rather groovy. We're still trying to make this, but nobody's doing anything. Have we actually got a refiner? Is anyone refining at all? I don't know. We've got to have some refiner somewhere. This Diapolo is just a bit shit. Oh, you're a lazy worker. That would explain quite a lot. Yeah. Never mind. Well, Deech the miner is very diligent. And no wonder we're getting resources so slowly. But hey-ho. Anyway, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Do check this out when it comes out on Steam on the 17th. Or buy it on Itch.io, which is a nice store indeed. Do check me out on Patreon if you want to help support the channel from $1 a month, or just subscribe to be notified when new stuff goes live about all the latest and best new indie games around. And I shall see you next time. Bye for now.